Oi oi, it's your boy Hawker back with another video, this time looking at Nemiga and how they come up with a creative way to fight for A-Long from the A-bomb site. I watched this round while casting the Road to Rio recently, and even though Nemiga isn't exactly the biggest draw, they're not exactly the sexiest name, I love when teams get creative and try new things, and this round ticked all those boxes, so let's go ahead and jump right on in. At the start of this round, Nemiga put their focus on a fast cat play, boosting 2 players up cat and only having 1 player holding A long and 1 player holding B. This allows them to take control of short early into the round so that this isn't a position they really have to worry about much as the round goes on. Nemiga do end up losing A long control early in this round though, so as we zoom ahead we're going to see 3 CTs rotating over to try and cover off any potential aggression from their opponents. This is where things get a bit spicy though, because Nemiga have got a couple of smokes lined up which are really going to throw a spanner into the works. MDS throws this smoke which lands on the left side of long, and then it's his teammate Box who throws the second smoke which lands on the right side of long, and when you put these 2 smokes together, it pretty much covers off the entirety of this choke point. So with these 2 smokes acting as a wall of cover, Box can now flash through the T smokes, and he doesn't have to worry about as many angles as he pushes through here. He only has to look really at car and ramp, and that makes it much easier for him to fight these players. I think the easiest way of seeing how much difficulty this causes Winstrike is just to look at their POVs. So we're going to start with Lackey, who was meant to be the entry fragger in this round. Box is able to blind him with the flash from Elevator, and Speedak is also throwing supportive flashes from short, which affect Lackey, and he is screwed at this point. Krizen, who is supposed to be the second man in, also eats these flashbangs, so he has to duck into this smoke for cover. And to Krizen's credit, this play actually works out pretty well for him. He gets 2 kills, even though he maybe shouldn't have got both of these. But then as he goes back to try and fight the other players, he's got no support and just ends up dying off. Now at this point, I'm sure some of you are wondering why Krizen doesn't have any support here. Surely Winstrike didn't try and take the A site with only 2 players. And you'd be right, there were meant to be more players pushing, but because they were further behind, they couldn't assist the push to the bomb site because this smoke wall comes in at just the right time. You can see here Hobbit, who was meant to follow up Krizen into the bomb site, gets blinded, and he doesn't have the same luxury of being able to duck into cover quickly, so he decides to just sit back, and once he gets unblinded, he's stuck behind these smokes, and he can't really risk pushing through them. Eventually the smokes fade, but not before his teammates have already been dealt with, and at this point he's having to fight both car and the bomb site and elevator. It's just way too many angles to deal with. The final player for Winstrike who was on A-Long was Elian, who was holding in the back lines with the AWP, probably hoping that he could play the post plant from A-Long. And just in case Elian's watching this video, I'm going to advise he looks away now, because this probably isn't a round he really wants to remember. He actually gets a clear line of sight over these smokes, but he misses a couple of shots he probably should be landing in this round. It is definitely important to take note of the fact that he can see onto the bomb site, and he can maybe see players at A ramp as well over the top of this smoke, so that's definitely something you have to be aware of. But all in all, nice creative, innovative stuff from Nemiga. I haven't really seen many teams do this before on A-Long. And if you can time these smokes well, and importantly have some flashbangs which blind your opponents, they're going to be very confused as to what the hell is going on. They might not have ever seen this strategy before. And you can split up your opponent's team and make it difficult for them to trade, which is always a positive. So yeah, shout out to Nemiga for this round. Good timing on the smokes, well-placed flashbangs, and the round win as a reward for their hard work. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.